All right, so I've got the olive oil and the water already stirred into the poolish, and I've gone and added my salt, the salt went in with the water and the olive oil. I've gone and added the two flours that we use for this. One is just a bread flour or an all-purpose flour. I like bread flour. It's a stronger gluten when you mix it with the 00. I like the result. But you can use just a regular all-purpose flour. And then the type 00 flour. This is just to kind of show you what this looks like as you stir it together, because you know you're gonna have to get everything stirred up before you can knead it. So it's kind of messy. Well, very messy. And I like to use my dough knife. I've got a plastic one here. Got a metal one. This won't work so great. But anyway, a hard rubber spatula, what have you. I like to use this because obviously it just keeps my hands a little cleaner. You can see it's coming together, right? It's starting to form a cohesive ball, if you will. Well, a shaggy ball. It's not terribly cohesive yet, but anyway, this is get it here, scrape the sides of your bowl off, right? And then turn it out on your surface, except you're using machine, so that doesn't really apply to you. You might want to stop your machine every now and then just to kind of scrape the sides of your mixing bowl to make sure you're incorporating all the flour. My KitchenAid, whenever I do pasta dough in there, I have to make sure I scrape the bottom every now and then because the shape of the bowl, the bottom kind of gets left behind. Anyway, there's our dough. Turn this out now. Just put that bowl aside, and here's our mass of dough, and I'm gonna go ahead and knead it. Now, I know you're using machine. I like to do mine by hand. It's just, I don't know, it's a soft dough. I like to do it whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. Machine, hand, as long as you don't overdo it. If you're working the dough by hand, it takes quite a long time before you overdo it, and I mean quite a long time. Like, you could be going for hours and you still won't. Machine, I have never tested it. I'm gonna guess, 20 minutes and you'll probably mess up your dough. So, but I don't think anybody would, well, you shouldn't be kneading a dough for 20 minutes. Anyway, like I was saying, you can see it's sticking to my hand. I'm not using any flour here. The reason you don't use any flour is because it won't properly incorporate into the dough. You'll have streaks of unincorporated flour, if you will, throughout your dough, throughout your final product, as opposed to everything being mixed in really well and those glutens being developed. That's why you don't add flour to the surface when you're kneading. There's very, very, very few exceptions to that rule, but yeah, there it is. Anyway, you can already see, look, I've been going at this for about 2 minutes by hand, and it really is all coming together. When I specified 10 minutes, I was kind of given a safe zone there, because 10 minutes of kneading by hand, for sure it's going to be done, and you don't have to worry about anything, right? But if you haven't kneaded a dough, it's kind of hard to describe what it looks like when it's ready, so that you can stop before that sort of safe time of 10 minutes for a dough of this size. And look, it's not really sticking much to my hands anymore either, and it's not really sticking to the counter either, right? So a wetter dough, which this isn't, but a wetter dough will stick more, be a bit more of a mess, and you'll have to scrape stuff in. But as I said, no flour. It'll start coming together, and just knead it till it's done. I'm gonna pause this now, and then I'll continue it.